Harry, the perfect response after that disappointing defeat against Derry Monday night.
Yeah, we talked about it a lot during the week, that we needed a good response because it was an awful performance against Derry, and I looked for a response and I got it in buckets tonight, so I'm very pleased.
There's been a lot of talk about St. Pat's with off the field matters since that Derry game over the week. It's pretty clear from that performance tonight it wasn't on the minds of the players.
No, we just have to continue working hard on the training field, trying to put things right, and working hard in the game, so there's no distractions for us. Our focus was on the game tonight, so I was glad in that sense that we got the result.
Chris Forrester will take most of the limelight from tonight for getting his goal, his first of the season, and getting the man of the match award. But even for myself, from looking at it from the first half in particular, it just seemed like a general all-round perfect team performance with everyone having their moments.
Yeah, particularly in the first half, we were very, very good. We passed the ball well. I actually thought we should have been more up going in at half time, but we take the 2-0 going in at half time, and it was just the only blip on the night was the goal that we conceded towards the end of the match, which was a bit disappointing. I would have liked a clean sheet considering Brendan had very little to do tonight. But anyway, we got the 3 points, which is the most important.
It's good to see Mickey get back up and running as well from his first game back from suspension.
Yeah, Mickey's missed the last 3 matches. He looked sharp tonight. He looked up for it. He was chasing down, and I think he deserved that goal. He got the penalty himself, but then slotted away nicely.
You mentioned it was nice to have him back from injury as well, or back from suspension tonight as well. Dave Webster was back from suspension as well tonight. No Jamie Lennon or no Brendan Mealy, who didn't quite just make it for tonight. Any likelihood they're going to play any involvement on Monday?
Yeah, both of them might get involved on Monday, in the sense that Brandon's only made himself available for tonight's game, so he's lacking a little bit of sharpness. And who else you mentioned there?
Jamie Lennon.
Jamie Lennon has a groin injury, so I won't know what he's like until we go training Sunday morning and see what his availability will be.
That then takes us on to that game against Finn Harps on Monday. Look, you know yourselves, you drew with them here 0-0 at the start of the season, and they've been involved in some ding-dong battles in Finn Park already this season, so you're very much forewarned going into that game.
Definitely. I mean, they've had, even though they haven't got too many wins under their belt, they've had a lot of good performances and been unlucky performances. So it's a tough place to go. It's a tough place to go on an Easter Monday. So, but we'll be getting ready and well prepared for it.
It's a tough place to go, regardless of what day of the week it is. Thanks very much, Liam. It's been a great week for you over the last couple of days, but it's fair to say you got a little bit of a reality check tonight.
Yeah, in fairness, Pats played reasonably well. From our point of view, the first half was very poor, giving a couple of goals away. The second was never a penalty. That said, the referees seen it differently. The first one, again, poor defensively from our point of view, but we're disappointed for the second half was a bit better. First we put it back to 2-1, but it was too little too late, we didn't do enough.
Do you feel, particularly defensively in that first half, you shot yourselves in the foot a lot of the time?
Well, yeah, we certainly didn't help ourselves in relation to, we just need to defend better and not give goals away. It's the thing, you've got to make the opposition work hard for them, but we didn't do that.
You feel maybe if your goal came a little bit earlier, even 5 minutes earlier, it could have given you a good chance to push on and kick for a late equaliser?
Yeah, I think so. We did push on, we were trying hard. We just didn't do enough, in fairness. We got a couple of little breaks, but you needed one of them to go on target. But as I say, at Hot Pats, they've passed it quite well the first half. Second half was 50-50. But overall, look, it's a defeat. We've got to take it on the chin and move on.
Moving on as well, you've got a couple of games coming up now. First away to Cork on Monday, and then you're home against Finn Harps on Friday night. Already looking like 2 relegation 6-pointers.
Look, listen, we're not even a third way through the season at the minute, so we're not looking at the table per se from a relegation point of view or anything else. There's probably 5 or 6 points between where we are and probably a spot in Europe from a fourth in the table point of view. We could have played last week, and if we had one we would have went fifth, so it's quite tight in relation to outside the Shamrock Rovers. Everybody else seems to be taking points off each other, so I'd see this going right to the end of the season. It'll be quite tight. UC will pick up their fair share of points along with any other bottom teams. Hopefully we will as well, and it will be a tricky season. This,
of course, was your first time back at Richmond Park since the parting Pats last September. It was nice to see that you didn't go unnoticed by a lot of the fans, and they still remember your time very fondly here.
I appreciate it much. I've had a good relationship with the Pats supporters over the years. We've had some fantastic memories winning the league. We obviously had a great Bulger scoring a goal here against Sligo, ironically. Winning the cup with Christy Fagan after 50 odd years, and there's loads of fantastic memories, and I'm sure they would appreciate all the effort that we put in, and it was great that we've all done this together.
You weren't half tempted to around Atkinson accidentally walk into the home dugout?
No. I'm bedded in open Sligo. I need to get them up to speed and we can see where we go from there with it.
No worries. Thanks very much for joining us, Lee. Brendan, must be brilliant to get back to winning ways.
Yeah, you know, Harry's kind of asked for a bit of a reaction from us after a disappointing Monday, you know, against Derry. So I'd like to think the first half especially we gave that reaction, and then it was just a case of, you know, getting through a scrappy period in the second half and seeing the game out then.
It must be frustrating from your own point of view, being a keeper. You were so close to the perfect game until that late David Crawley goal.
Yeah, you know, we'd said at half time that the bare minimum was, you know, a clean sheet. But so look, it's one of them things. You know, we still managed to win the game, but you know, there's obviously stuff to work on.
So maybe that's something you could look on, because the tempo maybe in the second half wasn't quite at the same pace it was in the first half. That you could have got that third goal and completely killed the game. Yeah,
well, you know, it's strange at 2-0. The next goal is crucial. You know, 2-1 makes a game of it. 3-0 it kind of kills the game. You know, but you know, we held on, we kind of weathered the storm a bit. We knew they'd come at us, and we kind of weathered that, and then it was just a case of seeing the game out. The kind of mentality switched into kind of seeing the game out, and you know, we coughed up a goal towards the end, but you know, luckily we got over the line then.
Yeah, that brings you on to that game against Finn Harps now on Monday. As I said to Harry earlier, they drew here 0-0 back in February, and they actually had a couple of good chances themselves. They maybe bottomed the league and with just 2 points, but that's no reason, as we've seen here last February, for you to be complacent.
Absolutely, you know, they've picked up, you know, one of the 2 points is against us, so we'll show them full respect. We'll do the due diligence of, you know, the match reports and everything that we do for whoever we're playing, you know, so it'll be a case of, you know, having a game plan and going and trying to win the game.
You weren't tempted to run up and grab the ball off Mickey and score a penalty against Sligo Rovers for the second game in a row?
I don't think anyone's taking that ball off Mikey, you know. Forwards want to score goals, you know. You know, last year was a bit weird where I was on penalties, but it won't be happening this year.
Well, also last year proved sometimes goalkeepers want to score goals. Thanks very much for joining us, Brendan.
No problem.